Basically, it's a passion of mine to fix all the things and put them together. So this car was not bad when I bought it, but it required a lot of work, and I spent a lot of time. It was completely pulled apart. All the interior, the roof lining, electrical wiring, you need to rewire the headlights, everything goes all. Hi, I'm Mike Matkovic. I'm a owner of this 1995 BMW 840 Ci. It's a E31 series which was released in 1989. I always wanted to have one of these. They're very expensive, so now they're becoming kind of affordable, but they're appreciating in the value. These cars being designed by a computer. It was the first CAD design of BMW, and the drag coefficient is lower than a Lamborghini Countach. That's the interesting fact. It was designed not as a supercar. It looks like a supercar, maybe like a Ferrari, but it's not. It's a Grand Tourer. It's not a really fastest car, I would say. The top speed is limited to 255, but the acceleration is about 7 seconds to 100, which is not bad, but it's a heavy car. It's close to 2 tons. First, they released the 850i's. They were V12. Those engines actually delivered from McLaren F1. It's two 6-cylinder BMW engines fused together. Then later was the 850 Ci, a little bit improved, but these cars were so expensive, so BMW was looking for getting them more affordable, and that's when they introduced. Actually, the 830 was the first, but they never went to production. So the 830 was a trial. They made about 8 of them as far as I've heard, but they was underpowered. So they decided to go with the 840, which is the M60 engine. It's been used in 5 Series and 7 Series with the 5-speed gearbox. And after 1996 they released the M62 engine with the Steptronic transmission. They can go a bit faster. There are some modifications. Don't even have to tune up the engine. If you change the diff ratio, it's 291 to 1 to about 360. They can do about 5.5 seconds to 100, which is not bad for an old car, but obviously it reduces the top speed, which you don't need anyway. So those days BMW's main focus was the economy. That's why it's been designed like to go fast and efficiently on an autobahn. I always loved cars. In the past I had about maybe 50 in my life, and mainly Mercedes, and this is my 9th or 10th BMW so far. I own 4 BMWs at the moment. I have an i3 X5, E46 M3 and this one. What got me into cars? When I was 18 years old, my father wouldn't let me to take his car. That was actually back in Europe. He had a Skoda, but the car was broken. And I said, Dad, if I fix it, can I take it? He said, fine. So obviously there was a faulty starter engine. We pulled it out to change the carbon brushes. After we changed the carbon brushes, the car was working fine. So ever since I was driving, and I loved cars. And the interesting story, I was born in Czechoslovakia, which was a communist country. In '89 they opened the border, so we had only communist cars on the market. Everybody was hungry for Western cars, so we went to Italy, to Germany, and bringing cars back and sell them for profit. And that's how I had so many cars, from Fiats to Lancias and Renaults, Golfs. And I was young, I was making a bit of income and have fun with cars. I had a lot of skills with the car, so I don't do mechanical stuff. I don't have any workshop for it. I don't have any tools, but I can do a lot of stuff. So whatever I've done on this car, that was done by my mechanic down the road. But the rest, electrics, inside, leather, everything I've done by myself. I actually learned how to dye leather. It's just easy. Everything is on YouTube. Pulled apart all the plastics, removed the old gooey paint and resurfaced this. And I learned a lot of things on YouTube or from my previous experience. Basically, it's a passion of mine to fix all the things and put them together. So this car was not bad when I bought it, but it required a lot of work, and I spent a lot of time. It was completely pulled apart. All the interior, the roof lining, electrical wiring, you need to rewire the headlights, everything goes all. It's not the kilometers with these cars, but the age. 26 years, obviously, it takes its toll on everything. So it's still a little bit of work on it. Probably I'm gonna have to do some work on the suspension. The bushes are starting to a little bit wear, but they're not bad yet. But slowly we'll get to that. Engine has 332,000 Ks, which is kinda high, but it runs fine. It's no problem. A friend of mine's got the 5 Series with 430,000 Ks, same engine, and he's chasing Holdens with it, or SS Holdens. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it will become one of the highest kilometers E-Series in Australia. So I'd like to keep it that way. I'm confident it's a much better condition than anything which was maybe 60-70,000 Ks, because, as I said, age is the factor, and there's a lot of work done on this car from inside out. I was looking for a model of the car, so I find online this Revel model. I bought it from UK actually, and damn, it came with red wheels. So I had to pull it apart and fix up the wheels because it was awfully red. And that's the memorabilia I have, and also I have a keyring which says E31, which is the series of this car. I like to keep models of cars I have if I can find them in a nice condition and very interesting models. So this one was actually very nice. You can even open the boot, or the bonnet and the boot, and it's exactly the same car as I have, 840 Ci.